From backstage, a man waits silently. His name is Daniel Reyes, a 28-year-old singer from a small coastal town in the Philippines. He is dressed simply, not flashy, not trying to impress with looks. His hands shake slightly as he holds the microphone. For Daniel, this stage is more than just an audition. It is the result of years of struggle, sacrifice, and an unbreakable love for music that began when he was just a child. Daniel grew up in a tiny house near the shore, where the sound of waves mixed with the hum of old radios. His father was a fisherman who worked long hours, and his mother sold homemade food in the local market. Money was always tight, but one thing filled their home with joy: music. An old cassette player sat in the corner, and among the worn-out tapes was one that changed Daniel's life forever. It was Elvis Presley. From the first time Daniel heard Elvis sing, something clicked inside him. The emotion, the power, the way Elvis could make pain and hope live in the same note, it felt like magic. Daniel didn't understand English very well at first, but he felt the songs in his heart. He would sing along, copying every sound, every breath, every emotional rise and fall. Neighbors would stop outside his house to listen to the young boy singing with a voice far bigger than his body. As Daniel grew older, life became harder. His father fell ill, forcing Daniel to work odd jobs to help support the family. He sang at weddings, small bars, street corners, anywhere people would listen. Sometimes he earned enough for dinner, sometimes only applause. But he never stopped singing Elvis songs. To him, they were more than covers. They were a way to escape, to survive, and to dream of something bigger. Now, standing on one of the biggest stages in the world, Daniel takes a deep breath as his name is called. He walks out into the spotlight, blinded for a moment by the lights and the size of the crowd. The applause is polite but curious. The judges look him over. Simon raises an eyebrow slightly, already forming expectations. The host asks Daniel where he is from, and when he answers the Philippines, the audience cheers warmly. He is asked why he came to the show. Daniel pauses, his voice trembling just a little, and says he came to honor his family, his country, and the music that saved him. He mentions Elvis Presley, calling him his biggest inspiration. A few smiles appear on the judges' faces. Elvis tributes are risky. They can be amazing or disastrous. Simon leans forward just a bit now. The music begins softly. The first notes fill the theater, and Daniel closes his eyes. For a second, there is silence, anticipation hanging in the air. Then he sings. From the very first line, the atmosphere changes. Daniel's voice is rich, deep, and emotionally charged. It is not an imitation. It is not karaoke. It is a tribute filled with respect and soul. The tone carries pain, love, and longing all at once. The audience leans forward. Some mouths fall open in surprise. As Daniel continues, his control becomes clear. Every note is intentional. Every pause carries weight. He moves across the stage with quiet confidence, not copying Elvis's famous moves, but channeling his spirit in a way that feels authentic and deeply personal. The band swells behind him, but his voice remains the center of everything. The camera cuts to the judges. One judge's eyes are already shining with tears. Another places a hand over their mouth in disbelief. Simon Cowell, known for his sharp criticism and high standards, sits frozen. His usual skeptical expression is gone. He is staring at Daniel, completely focused, as if nothing else exists in that moment. Midway through the song, Daniel reaches a powerful emotional peak. His voice cracks slightly, not from lack of control, but from pure feeling. It is the kind of crack that makes a performance real, raw, and unforgettable. The audience begins to applaud even before the song ends, unable to contain their emotions. Daniel opens his eyes and looks out at the crowd. For a brief moment, he sees his parents, his childhood home, the long nights of singing just to survive. He pours all of it into the final chorus. The last note hangs in the air, strong and steady, before fading into silence. For one full second, no one moves. Then the entire theater erupts. The audience jumps to their feet in a roaring standing ovation. Cheers echo from every corner. People are crying, hugging strangers, shouting Daniel's name. The judges stand as well, applauding with genuine awe. All except Simon. Simon Cowell remains seated. He is not clapping. He is not smiling. He is not speaking. He simply stares at the stage, eyes glossy, lips pressed together. The camera zooms in, and for the first time, the world sees Simon Cowell completely speechless. Daniel stands center stage, overwhelmed. His hands shake as he bows slightly, unsure of what to do next. The applause continues, growing louder, almost shaking the building. Finally, Simon stands up. The room quiets just enough to hear him breathe. He walks slowly toward the judge's desk, then turns to face Daniel. He opens his mouth to speak, then stops. He tries again, but no words come out. He looks down, shakes his head slightly, and lets out a small laugh, the kind people do when emotions hit harder than expected. Simon raises the microphone and finally speaks, his voice softer than anyone has ever heard it. He says that he has listened to Elvis Presley his entire life. He says that many people have tried to sing those songs, but very few truly understand them. He tells Daniel that what he just did was not a performance, but a moment. Something honest. Something rare. Something unforgettable. The audience listens in complete silence. Simon continues, saying that he came into the audition skeptical, expecting another tribute act, but what he witnessed was someone who took a legend's music and made it their own without losing respect for the original. He admits that he did not expect to be moved the way he was. He pauses again, visibly emotional, and says that moments like this are why this show exists. Daniel wipes tears from his eyes as the judges give their feedback. Each one praises his voice, his emotion, and his story. One judge calls it one of the best tributes ever heard on the show. Another says they felt Elvis's spirit alive on that stage. Then comes the moment no one was prepared for. Simon looks over at the golden buzzer. The audience begins to scream even before he touches it. Daniel's eyes widen in disbelief. Simon places his hand over the buzzer and looks at Daniel one last time. He says that sometimes, there is nothing left to say, and when that happens, actions speak louder than words. He presses the golden buzzer. Golden confetti explodes from above, raining down like a dream coming true. The crowd goes absolutely wild. Daniel drops to his knees, overwhelmed, covering his face as tears stream down. The judges rush to the stage to hug him. The host joins in, laughing and cheering as the moment becomes one for the history books. Daniel stands again, surrounded by gold, shaking, smiling, crying all at once. He looks up toward the ceiling, whispering thank you, thinking of his parents back home watching this moment unfold. From a small house by the sea to the biggest stage in the world, his journey feels unreal. As the confetti falls, Simon watches quietly, a small smile on his face. He knows that he has just witnessed something special. Not just talent, but truth. The clip goes viral within hours. Millions of people around the world watch and rewatch the performance. Comments flood in, calling it legendary, calling Daniel the true heir to Elvis's emotional legacy, calling it one of the most powerful moments ever seen on Got Talent. Fans from the Philippines celebrate with pride, sharing the video everywhere, saying that one of their own has touched the world. Daniel's life changes overnight. Interviews, invitations, and opportunities pour in, but he remains humble. In every interview, he thanks Elvis, his family, and everyone who believed in him when all he had was a song and a dream. This performance becomes more than just a viral video. It becomes a reminder that music has no borders, that legends can inspire new voices across oceans and generations, and that sometimes, a single song is enough to silence even the harshest critic. If this story moved you, if you felt the emotion through every word and every note, make sure you support the channel by liking, sharing, and subscribing. More unforgettable moments, powerful stories, and emotional performances are coming your way. Because somewhere out there, another dreamer is waiting for their moment, and when it comes, the world will be listening.